Hello guys, welcome to our all new web design course. This course is powered by Kitech Digital. It is a full web design course without coding using WordPress, which means that we are going to go through every aspect of web design without touching a single line of code. We're going to use WordPress to design our website. My name is Evans Kwabena Asare. You can also call me Kobe. I am a web designer, a digital marketer, and a YouTuber. I have a master's degree in accounting with focus on big data and digital marketing. I'm currently a PhD candidate in Jiangsu University, China, with a research focus on management science and engineering, and then digital marketing. Now, this is the course outline. Now, this course is divided into 3 days. We have day 1, day 2, and then day 3. Day 1, we're going to study Intro to WordPress, Intro to Domain and Web Hosting, buying a domain name, and then hosting. We're also going to talk about the intro to the Cpanel, creating a subdomain, installing WordPress from the Cpanel, intro to WordPress dashboard. That is for the day 1. So in the day 1, we're going to make sure that we do all these ones. And then in the day 2, we'll talk about themes and plugins, page builder, which we are going to specifically use Elementor, header and footer, design a simple business website. Now, day 3, we're going to go deeper into web design by talking about intro to WooCommerce, designing an e-commerce website, secure your website. That is making sure that we secure our website after creating it. And then we talk about custom email addresses. So these are the course outline, or this is the course outline for the main web design course that we're going to talk about. Hello guys, we are going to talk about WordPress, domain and hosting. WordPress, domain and hosting. Now, what is WordPress? When we talk about WordPress, what really does it mean? WordPress is a free content management system, which is a CMS that allows users to create websites without any knowledge of coding. So this means that this is a platform that allows you to create your own website without coding. It means that you are not going to touch any single line of coding. Everything is just design that you are going to build on it. So WordPress was initially created as a simple PHP blogging tool to help people create websites quickly by selecting designs and widgets to display text, images, and calendars. So beginning of the concept of WordPress alone was just a simple PHP blogging tool, which means that it will help designers or people who want to blog create a simple website by just selecting designs and widgets to display their text, their images, and then maybe calendars. Now, WordPress comes in 2 packages. There is the free version. I mean, all of them are free typically, but there is one which is WordPress.com. And the WordPress.com gives you access to create your own completely free website as a subdomain on the WordPress.com website. So the WordPress.com website will be there, and then you will create your own website on that domain, but you are going to have a subdomain to create your own website. So you're going to have something like maybe your website .wordpress.com, and that is what the WordPress.com. And then we also have the WordPress .org, which is this other side of the WordPress.com, where you can download and install WordPress on your hosting server to help you create your own custom unique website with the help of available themes and plugins. So with this one, you can download the whole software, WordPress software, for free, install it on your hosting package or your hosting server, and then you can use it to create your own unique website with the help of available themes and plugins. So that is the two packages that WordPress comes with. Now let's talk about domains and hosting. Now, what is a domain name? The name people will type in the address bar of their web browsers when looking for your website. So example is maybe www.cobbysmarket.com. So it could be .com, it could be .gov, it could be .org, .edu, all the domain extensions. Now this is the name that people will type in their web browsers or their web browsers whenever they are searching for your website. So every website have a domain name which needs to be typed in the web browser search bar for it to retrieve your files and folders to display your website. So that is what domain name. And domain name are not just for free, you need to buy them. So you can get domain name from different domain providers where they sell it. You can search for the name. If it is available, you buy them. Now we'll go deeper into domains and hosting, the practical aspect when we are buying domain names and hosting. Now what is a hosting, or what is hosting? There are companies that are called the hosting service companies. What these companies do is to provide you with a hosting package. So what they do is to provide you with a hosting package. Their job is to host and keep your content on their servers. And whenever someone type your domain name in the web browser, they serve them with your content or website. So this hosting package, after having your own domain name, you need to connect your domain name with your hosting. And the host is just like buying a space online somewhere where it's going to host your files over there. Now of course you can create your own hosting in your own house, but always make sure that it is online 24/7, so that when somebody searches your website, it wouldn't say your website is offline. That is why these hosting companies are there for. They provide us with a space in their servers, and then those servers are online 24/7 every day. And then we buy those spaces, we put our files and other stuff over there, we install WordPress on those servers, and then we design our website from there, so that whenever somebody is searching for our website, types in our domain name in their web browser, they serve them with our content. And that is the hosting. Now the next step is buying a domain name and hosting. How do we buy domain name and hosting? Now to buy a domain name and hosting, there are so many domain providers and hosting providers, so hosting services online. There's so many of them available, but we are going to use one particular one. So we're going to search for Namecheap. We're going to search for this one over here. It's Namecheap. So guys, as you can see, Namecheap is an ICANN accredited domain name registrar, providing domain name registration and web hosting based in Phoenix, Arizona, US. Namecheap is a budget hosting provider with 11 million registered users and 10 million domains. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to use. So to get to their website, I'm going to provide you a link down there, and then go to kitecdigital.com/name chip. Now remember, Kitec Digital is not or does not own Namecheap. We just use Namecheap as an affiliate. So anytime you use the link kitecdigital.com/Namecheap, what you are doing is you are helping Kitec Digital to also continue provide you with what these kind of tutorials for you to learn and learn more. So we get a fee or a commission from, whenever you use our link to purchase something from Namecheap. So guys, this is Namecheap over here. Now how do you buy a domain name? Now what you need to do is, you see this bar over here, just search for your domain name that you want. So any name that you want, search for it. So let's say I want to search for kitecdigitalweb.com. I can go ahead and click on search over here, and then if it is available, I'm going to see this tick over here which says what it is available for 9.58 USD per year. So for the first year, I'm going to buy it this one, and then for the subsequent year, I'm going to have it 13.98 if I want to renew it. Okay, now of course, if I am new and I haven't used Namecheap before, I'm going to use this coupon code over here which says newcom698 whenever I'm checking out, and then it's going to reduce this one 9.68 for me to 6.98. So this is what I will be paying instead of this one for the first year. Okay, so to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on add to cart. Now I have my domain name added to cart. Now to add or to buy hosting, we also have to hover on hosting over here. Now of course, there are several types of hosting that Namecheap provides or provides for its users. Now we have the shared hosting, we have the WordPress hosting, we have the reseller hosting, the VPS hosting, dedicated servers, and then if you want to migrate to Namecheap. Now of course, what we're going to do is we're going to use a shared hosting, which is the cheapest one. So we're going to click on shared hosting. Now the shared hosting means that there is a computer over there which have so many space, and we are sharing spaces with other users. So we buy a hosting, we buy the hosting package or the space on a different computer, but on that same computer, that space is shared among different users, and that is what the shared hosting. So all the resources that we are using on that computer, if it is 1 gig memory, 2 gig, whatever it is, we are all sharing that same resources. So this is the shared hosting, and these are the price format over here. So as you can see, they have the Stellar, they have the Stellar Plus, and they have the Stellar Business. Now of course, the Stellar is the cheapest one. Now if you are dealing with a bigger website, you choose the Stellar Plus. And then if your website is an e-commerce or very big e-commerce website, then you go for the Stellar Plus, or maybe a VPS hosting. Now what we're going to use is I'm just going to use the Stellar, which is domain name, 3 website, 20 gig SSD, and then 30 domain-based mailboxes. So the domain name means that they're going to provide you with what free domain names. Now remember, these are the free domain names that they're going to give you: .fun, .host, .online, .site, .press, .store, .space, .pw, .tech, .website, .agency, .center, .digital, .live, .studio, .cloud, .shop. There is no .com, there is no .org, there is no .edu, there is no .gov, there is no all those things. So if you want a .com, you need to buy it, just like I added my domain name to the cart. So I don't really need their free TLDs, unless maybe I really want to buy just a hosting and I need their free TLDs to connect to my to my hosting. Remember, you cannot just buy a hosting without domain name. You need to connect the hosting and the domain name together, and every hosting needs to have a default domain name attached to that hosting, and that is why they also provide a free TLDs available for you. Now if you go to the other side also, they also have all these ones, and then even the .com is discounted 61%. So as you can see over here, you're gonna get all the free and then a discounted TLDs available. And then also the same thing applies to the Stellar Business over there. Now with the Stellar Plus, you have unlimited website. It means that you can host unlimited website with it. Now with this one, it is just 3 websites. It means that your default website, and then you can add additional 2 websites to that same hosting package. And then the same thing applies to the Stellar Business, also unlimited website. So you can host unlimited website over there. So as you can see, every package comes with their own functions and functionalities. So guys, to get started, just click on get started over here, and then we're going to connect the domain, which is a new domain that we added to our cart. So as you can see, it is already in our cart. Now if you have your own existing domain, of course you can choose that domain over here, and that is it. Now you can see that the domain name is 9.6, and then 9.76 per year, and then the hosting per year is 22.88 per year. Now in all, you're going to pay 32.64 per year. So we can go ahead and click on add to cart. Okay guys, so now that we have our domain name and our hosting added to cart, now we can go ahead and confirm our order. Okay, so let's confirm our order. If you have the promo code, like I told you, the new newcom 698, you can add it over here. But remember, you need to log in first before you can be able to, or sign up first before you can be able to add the promo code. So over here, I can click on confirm order, and then they will tell me to log in or sign up. Okay, so as you can see, I have to log in or sign up or create an account with Namecheap. So you can go ahead and then type in a username that you want to use, type in your password, confirm your password, your first name, your last name, email address, and then you click on, make sure you check this box, and then you click on create account and continue. So guys, you need to make sure that you do all these things before you can be able to continue. So do that, continue, and purchase your hosting and your domain name, and I'm going to meet you at the next run. Okay guys, so after you sign up, this is what you're gonna get. So you're gonna get the full details of your your domain name and everything over here, And then also you have to enter your what, your credit card credentials and other stuff in it. And then after that, you make sure that you click on I have confirmed and agreed. I have read and agreed to all Namecheap's terms of service and agreement. So you click over here and then click on pay now over here, or click over here. Now, of course, make sure that you read the terms of service of Namecheap and everything related to Namecheap over here, and then click on pay now to pay. So after you paid, you're gonna be redirected to your dashboard. If you don't see your dashboard, just go over here, hover over here, and then click on dashboard over here. Okay, and then you'll be redirected over here. Okay, so you will also receive a confirmation email in your email, something like this, telling you about your hosting details and other stuff. Okay, so if you go back, you also get this other summary email over here. Okay, and that it means that your order is complete and everything is working properly for you. Now if you go over here, you can check on I have a lot of domains I'm working on, but let's say it is this domain that we just purchased. Okay, so now our next step is to make sure that we go through our cPanel and then try to install WordPress on it. So to to install WordPress or to check out our cPanel, we need to hover on our hosting. Now as you can see over here, this is the domain and this is the hosting. Okay, the Stellar hosting package that we bought. Now we can click over here. Over here it says, so go to cPanel. Okay, you can of course click on it. It will take you to your cPanel over there. Alright guys, so this is our cPanel. Okay, now your cPanel looks similar to this one. If you are using Namecheap, definitely it's gonna be just like this one over here, with exclusive name for Namecheap customers. Over here, it means that you're gonna get Namecheap SSL over here. You also get a lot of things to help you faster install WordPress and other stuff over there. You can also contact Namecheap support over here. Now we have so many things on the cPanel, and we're going to go through it one by one. But before we go through the cPanel, make sure that when you go to your account over here, go and then go to your how do you call it, your domain name over here, and then click on manage to manage your domain DNS. Okay, now when you go over there, when you scroll down, make sure that the name service over here, it is directed to it is moved from Namecheap basic DNS to Namecheap web hosting DNS. Okay, that is very, very important. In this way, it means that you are connecting the hosting and then the domain name together. Okay, the name service together. So it is we are pointing our name service to our Namecheap hosting. Okay, and that is of course, unless maybe you want to point your domain name service to a different hosting service. That is when you come down and choose your custom DNS, and then you're gonna enter the name service over here. But make sure that it is Namecheap web hosting DNS. In this way, your hosting and the domain name are connected together. Okay, so now that you've done this one, now we can go back to our cPanel over here, and then I'm going to go through over here. Now you get your general information relating to your hosting over here. So your IP address will be here, your domain name which is connected to the hosting will be here, and then your home directory, your login IP address, your theme, that is the cPanel theme over here, and then you also have some related server information. So your add-on domains, of course I've used all my add-ons domains over here, meaning that I'm hosting 3 websites on this particular hosting. And then when you go down, you're going to see all your email account, your subdomains, all the other stuff, the FTP account and all these things. the statistics, you're going to see it on that right side over here. And then also over here we will see all the other stuff. So the SSL, if you want to install SSL from Namecheap, we click on this one, we can install SSL over here. Now if you go to all the apps on the on the cPanel, of course if you are using Joomla, different apps, you can install it from this particular place over here. Now of course what we're going to install is WordPress. Okay, so all what we need to do is to click on WordPress over here, and then we're going to have this WordPress app over here. Okay, so now we can go ahead and then just click on install. But before we go that, let's go back to the cPanel itself, and then let's see what really we need to know. So within the cPanel, of course, where you can install WordPress is over here, the script Staftaculous app installer. You can see it over here, or you can just click on this one which says Staftaculous app installer over here. Now under the Staftaculous app installer, we have the script, and then we can install our PHP script, which is the WordPress over here. Okay, now if you go down, we have the files over here. Now of course if you want to see our files and folders, we can click on this one to be able to see all the files and folders in this particular domain hosting package. Okay, so we can see all our files and folders over here. We can delete what we don't need. We can put in some other things that we want to put in over here. Okay, and that is the file manager. So as you can see, we have the file manager over here. So this is very, very important. Sometimes when you want to check out some files, which maybe you want to make sure that the file is correct and other stuff, you want to make sure that you check the file manager over here. And then also, so all your files and folders that you create from WordPress will be stored over here. Okay, and then also we have the FTP account, which is also very, very important when you want to give your you want people to access. Maybe you have another admin who you want the person to access, but you don't want to give access to the person to the cPanel, just the file manager. You can give the FTP account details to the person, and then the person will be able to access this file manager. So there are a lot of things over here, but I'm talking about the most important ones that you will need. Okay, then the next one is the email account. So if you want to we'll come to this one later on, but then I'm just explaining the email over here. So if you want to have a custom email address, you can use this email site to create your own custom email address. And then we have the databases over here. So with the databases, you can check out your databases files and other stuff using this particular places over here. And then we also have the domain names. Okay, so you have your main domain and then your add-on domains. Okay, and you also have subdomains. Now subdomains are maybe different thing dot different thing, your main domain. Okay, so you have a domain and then you want to you don't want an add-on domain or a different domain, but you want maybe a blog dot your main domain. Okay, so that you can create that subdomain over here and then install a new WordPress on it to create a new website using the subdomains. Okay, so that is it. And then with the security aspect, the SSL and other stuff, you can get it over here. But Namecheap has really done a good job by giving you a one-click SSL install, whereby you not suffer to install, which you use the Namecheap SSL over here. So there are a lot of things over here which are very important, but the ones I've talked about is the most important ones that you need to know. So now let's go quickly to install WordPress on our website, on our hosting. Sorry. Okay guys, so to install the WordPress, we want to use a subdomain to install the WordPress. So I'm going to take you through how you can be able to install create a subdomain to be able to install WordPress on it. Okay, so first of all, you're going to go scroll down over here, and then you see domains over here. Okay, so now we are not going to click on we don't click on this one, we don't click on this one, but we look for subdomain over here. So you see subdomains over here. Click on it. Now after clicking on it, you can be able to create a subdomain that we want. Okay, so now how do we create a subdomain? It's very simple. Just click on the type in the subdomain name you want. So let's say I want shops. Okay, so I'll shop. Okay, so I'll just type in the name over here, and then I'll choose the domain that I want to use. So I want to use this domain, and then after that, just click outside over here. Okay, you see that the root name will automatically fill for you. Okay, then what you need to do is to click on create over here. So just click on create, and then the subdomain will be created for you. Okay guys, so as you can see, it is what success. Okay, this subdomain has been created. Okay, and now we can go ahead to install WordPress on it. So now as you can see, they are enabling 1 year free positive SSL for us. So this is a free SSL that you can be able to get. So let's click on go back over here. Now that we have our subdomain, if we go down, we can see the subdomain over here. Let's locate where the subdomain is. So I'm going to go down the page and then see my subdomain. So as you can see, this is the subdomain that I created. Okay, so I can see it over here. Now that is the subdomain that we created, and what we're going to do is we're going to use that subdomain to create our website. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back over here and then install WordPress on that subdomain that we created. So guys, this is the subdomain that we created. There is nothing in it. As you can see, we have nothing over there. Okay, but to be able to install WordPress on it, like I told you, we look for Softaculous app installer over here, and then we click on WordPress over here. Okay, so click on the WordPress over here. Now we scroll down over here, and then as you can see, we see install over here. We're going to install WordPress on that particular subdomain. So click on install now, and then we're going to locate the shop that we created. So we're going to click on this one over here. Okay, and then I'm not going to put it in any directory. I'm going to leave it as blank as it is. Of course, you can create your own directory in it, but remember that whatever directory that you are creating it in it means that is where you have to locate your WordPress in it. So make sure that you leave it blank, so that when somebody type in shop.kitecdigital.com, it's going to come here straight away. Okay, and that is it. So now we have this one installed. Now of course it is Namecheap have also given us a free SSL, so it is it has been activated for us. Now when you come over here, we make sure that we check the site settings. Now over here, the WordPress version that you need to install, make sure that you install the latest version. Okay, click on that to install the latest version, and then site settings over here. Now the site name, and what is your site name? I'm going to say maybe Kitec shop. Okay, I'm just going to say Kitec shop, and then the username, I'm going to use Kitec. Okay, and then the description. Okay, by everything. Okay, and then you can choose a password that you want to use for that particular website. So I'm just gonna type in Kitec at 2023. Okay, as my password. Okay, and then make sure you don't enable this one unless you know what you are doing. Okay, and then also this one, do not enable it, do not click over here, and then you can give how do you call it, an admin email for it. So I'm going to type in my admin email. So I'm going to say service@kitecdigital.com, and then I'm going to copy the same email because I'm going to use it somewhere else. Now scroll down. Now select plugins you want to install, and then select the language you want to work. There are a lot of languages over here you can use. I'm going to leave it as English. I'm going to untick this one and then leave this one over here. Of course, I'll still delete it because I'll use the light speed caching plugin over there. So scroll down over here, and then the last place which says email installation to, I'm going to put in my email address over there. Okay, now do not choose anything because we will select a free theme. I'm going to show you how you can be able to install the theme and plugins on it. So all what you need to do is just click on install now over here to install it. So it says the password strength should be greater than 80. So I'm going to just add in something to be a little bit greater than 80. So just say Kitech KD. Okay, so KD means Kitech Digital. So definitely the password is greater than 80. I'm going to click on install now, and then we're going to see this one, which is checking and submitting the data. And then in less than some few minutes, we're going to see that the speed will to go, and then successfully install WordPress. So now that our WordPress is successfully installed, we can go ahead and then check out, click over here to check out the website. So as you can see, from this one to this one. Now of course, if we refresh this one, we're gonna get to this one. So WordPress, meaning that WordPress is successfully installed on our website. Now to get to the back end of the website, what we can do is we can click on this administrative URL over here, and then it's going to take us to the back end of our website. So as you can see, this is the back end of our WordPress website. Now anytime you want to go to the back end of the website, just type in this URL over here, your domain URL /wp admin over here. It's going to take you to a login page. You log in with your username and the password that you chose when installing the WordPress, and that is how you can be able to install WordPress on your website. Now our next lesson is to take you through the admin dashboard. So WordPress admin dashboard. So we're going to talk about the introduction to the admin dashboard. Now the WordPress admin dashboard is not that complicated. It's very simple if you know your way out, and it's very easy to use. Okay, so mostly the menu side is on the left side over here. Okay, all the menu items are over here, and then we have some few things which will come up over here, and then also we have the screen options and then the help. Now of course the screen options gives you access to this things over here. So when any page that you go to, you can see screen option over here. When you click, you can be able to either tick or untick different things, or make different things appear on your screen. For instance, this is the welcome screen. Okay, as you can see over here, this is the welcome screen. Now if I don't want it to appear, you see this welcome over here, I can just click on it, and then the welcome screen will disappear. Okay, now again, we have the site health status, the quick draft, the at a glance, we have WordPress event and news, we have activity. Okay, if I don't want all those things, now WordPress event and news, I can uncheck it. Quick draft, I can uncheck it. Activity, I can uncheck it. At a glance, I can uncheck it, and then the site health, I can also uncheck it. Now everything is gone, and my dashboard is clean. Now as you can see over here, we also have help over here. Okay, so if you don't know anything, you can go through this WordPress documentations and other stuff to help you to be able to know your way around the website. But like I told you, it's very simple to use, and I'm going to take you through everything. So this is the dashboard, and this is the home page of the administrative dashboard. Okay, now we also have underneath we have the updates. Now anytime there is an update of themes and plugins, you're going to what see those updates what over here. Okay, so anytime there is an update on the um, new version of WordPress comes, you're going to see it over here. If there are updates of plugins, you're going to see it over here. If there are updates of what of themes, you're also going to what see them over here. Okay, so of course there are updates of what of plugins over here. So if you want to update, it's very simple. Just select all of them and then click on update plugin, and then voila, your plugins will be updated for you in no time. And that message over here on the number over here would disappear. Okay, so as you can see, the update is what gone. Now if you go back to the updates page over here, you realize that there are no updates for themes, and there are no updates for plugins, and also what themes over here. So we are done with what the updates, and then also with the home. Now our next step is what is over here. So let me take you through the top over here. Now as you can see, this is what the WordPress logo. Now the WordPress logo gives you a whole documentation about, if you want to know more about WordPress, wordpress.org, the whole documentation, the support, and then the feedback. You can go through it, and then you read more about it if you don't understand anything. Now of course, if you come to over here, this is what your WordPress site name, okay, or your website name over here. Remember that we gave our website name as what Cpanel shop, okay, and that one appears over here. So any name you give to your site will really appear over here. Okay, now underneath you can visit your website. Okay, so if you want to visit your website, when you hover over here, you can be able to click on the visit website to visit your website. Now this one is the comment icon. So whenever you have comment on your post, you see those number over here, and then when you click on it, it will take you to the comment section, and then you can be able to read the comments that people leave on your post. Now also the new, if you want to add new post, add new media, add new page, add new user, the new is for you. Okay, and this one comes because of a plugin which is installed, which is a caching plugin. Okay, and that is why we have this one over here. But whenever I uninstall that plugin, we're not going to see this one over here. We're going to see just 1, 2, 3. Okay, now sometimes there are a lot of things that will come over here depending on the plugins that you have you've installed. Okay, so that is it. So that is with the top one over here, and then your username will also appear over here. So as you can see, howdy Kitech. Okay, so I have an account on WordPress, so that is why this one is populated over here for me, and that is it. So now if I now that we are done with this one, now let's go back to over here. Now if you want to add a new post, that is we have on WordPress, we have post and pages. Okay, now pages make up, website is made up of pages. Okay, now pages, you can create the home page, you can create the about page, the blog page, the services page, the contact page, all kinds of pages. Okay, now with the post is whenever you are you are having maybe a blog page, and then you want to create post for that particular blog. Okay, so for instance, if I have a blog post, for instance, if I go to, let's say, this website, which is techblog.kitechdigital.com. Now as you can see, this website, all the things over here, okay, are posts. Okay, as you can see, they are all posts. Okay, now this is the home page. Okay, this page over here is a page created as the home page, but everything on the home page are posts. Okay, so meaning that these are single posts that I created. Now the same way, if I want to create a post, so all these posts are single pages that I created. If I want to create a post on this particular website, okay, on this, I need to go to post over here, and then click on add new. Okay, to add a post. Now remember that posts can fall into different kinds of categories. Okay, and that is why underneath the post over here. Now let me close this one, let me exit this one and go to the full mode. Okay, underneath the add new, we have our categories and we have our tags. Okay, so as you can see, if you go to this particular website, you see that this post is under a how to category. Okay, and then there are a lot of maybe there will be a lot of tags and other stuff for that particular post. Okay, maybe there are no tags for this one, but if you look at it very well, there will be a lot of tags and other stuff for this particular post. Okay, so if you look at this post over here, you see that it is under 3 different categories. You have the apps, this apps for instance, and then mobile apps. Okay, and that is all about categories. So this, you can create your post over here by just typing in the title of the post. You also type in the details of the post over here. You can add images and other stuff over here. Okay, it's very simple to use, and that is it. Now of course, the media is where you have your media library. Okay, so where you can add your images, your videos and other stuff over there. Okay, so all images and videos and audios, anything which falls under media, you can add it over here. Okay, and that is the media library. So you can click on add new to add in anything that you want to add in over here. And then the pages, okay, like I told you, every website is made up of different pages. Okay, so there are 2 pages which is already created for you. That is the sample page, and then the privacy policy page. Now this is a draft, and this is a page which is created for you by WordPress. Okay, so to create a page, it is also similar to creating a post. Okay, so to create a page, you can click on add new over here, and then you can enter your page name. Okay, so you enter your page name and then all the details that you want to use over here. Okay, and that is it. Now we're going to use Elementor to create most of our pages, and that will be when we are creating a simple website in our next lessons. So that is about pages. So you can have different pages, like the home page, about page, the services page, the contact page, and all those things. They are all pages. Now also we have comments. You see, like I told you over here, this icon over here, this is it. Okay, that is the comment. Now you can view all your comments over here. Okay, so when somebody comments on your post, you can see it over here. Okay, and that is it. So if you look at this website, there is this post over here which says hello world. Okay, and if you go under it and view the hello world, you realize that there is a comment over here. Okay, and that is a comment. Somebody can leave a comment, and then you will be able to see it over. So you see, this is the comment. Say hi, this is a comment. And if you come over here, it says hi, this is a comment. The same thing which is over here. So you can decide to approve it, unapprove it, and then delete it and all those things, even edit it. Okay, and that is with a comment. Now we also have appearance. Now under appearance, you can set up your themes, install themes. You can also check out your menus and other stuff under appearance. Now depends on the themes that you are using, other things will appear over here. Okay, now when we get to themes and plugins, you see the use of appearance over there. And then also plugins. Now plugins are basically additional functionalities you add to your themes. We will get into more plugins over there. So if you want to maybe add a contact page, and then let's say a contact form, you have to install a plugin to be able to help you to create that form. Okay, because we don't want to use any code, we need a plugin which will add that functionality to our website, and that is plugins. Now users, so every user on your website will be over here. You can also add new users and other stuff. So as you can see, we only have one user over here. Okay, and that is Skytech over here. So when you can add new user, and then you can also view the current user profile over here. Okay, and that is it. Now we also have tools. So there are available tools over there that you can use to make your website function well. If you want to import or export something from your website, you can use these tools over here. And then the site health. So if you want to check the health of the site, if everything is working properly, you can check over here. You can export personal data, erase personal data, theme file editor, and then plugin file editor. All of them is what is over here. There are a lot of things when you install also plugins. Some of them will also some of their settings will also appear over here. So that is it. And then we also have settings. Now the website settings are located over here. So we have the general general settings. So let's look at the general settings and what it really does. So with the general settings, it talks about the site title, the tagline, the WordPress URL, and then the site address URL. So this one I would advise you not to touch unless you know what you are doing. But with this one, you can change it if you want to change your site name. For instance, if I say maybe Kitech digital, okay, you realize that the site name over here also changes to Kitech digital, okay, and that is it. So let me leave it to Kitech digital, and you will see that the site is also and then get everything. Instead of get everything, I'll say digital marketing and web design. Okay, so that is my tagline. So digital marketing. So let me make it capital D, digital marketing and web design. And then if you come to the administrative URL, if you want to change your email address, administrative email address, if you want to change your email address, you can basically change it over here. Okay, but you need to make sure that you verify the email address, confirm it before it will change over here. And now if you want to make your website a membership website, now when I say membership website, it means that you want people to be able to register on your website. You can be able to take over here, and then you create a registration page, and then a login page for them, and then they can be able to register on your website. Now the new user role, how do you want it to be? So it depends. Now if you install WooCommerce or other plugins on it, you can also change this one. It will add different roles or not on it, okay, for you. And that is it. And then we have site language. If you want to change your site language, you can change it over here, okay. And then the time zone, you can change your time zone. For instance, if you are in maybe China or whatever it is, you can set it the way you want it, okay. And that is it. For me, I am in Accra, Ghana, so I'm gonna change it to this one, Accra, over here. And then the date format, you can also change your the date format. And then also the time format, you can also change your time format, okay. So when the weeks also start, you can also change it over. If you want to change it to Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whatever it is that your week start for you, you can change it over. And then after that, you click on save changes. So that is these are all the settings of the general settings, okay. And if you go to writing, it is really not really important. I don't really change anything over here. This writing settings, I don't really change anything over here, so we're going to leave it as it is. Now reading is also important whenever you have a home page and then a blog page. So for instance, for now our home page is showing all the latest posts, and that is why when you go to click on this one over here, you're going to see that the home page changes is showing the latest blog, okay. But if we have a home page created for the website, then we can decide to choose the home page over here. For instance, if you want to choose the sample page as our home page, which is the only page on the website right now, we can choose it over here. And then when we click on save changes over here, and then we go to refresh the website, this is what we see. Realize that when we go to the home page of the website, it is not going to show the latest post for us again, but it's going to show the sample page, which is chosen over here, okay. And that is it. So anytime you create a page, you want to call that page, you want people to land on it whenever they type in your website, then you make sure that you change it over here, so that whenever people search for your website, that is the page that they're going to land on, Okay, and that is it. Now I'm going to change it back to the latest post. We're going to do all these settings whenever we are creating our simple business website. So I'm going to click on save changes over here. Okay, so now that I have this one done, I can go ahead and then go to the next one, which is discussion. Okay, we can check out the discussion settings, how if you want people to comment on our post and other things, you can set all those settings over here. Okay, so that is very, very important. And then also our media settings. Our media settings also, how we want the thumbnail and the size of our images and other stuff to be. If we want to upload files, how we want to organize our files and other stuff, we can do all those settings over here. And then let's go to permalinks. Okay, now permalinks are very important because of SEO purposes. Now always make sure that your permalinks is showing post name, unless maybe you know what you are doing. Now post name, because it makes your post and your pages very, very simple. Okay, so it's not really going to show a different thing over here, but it's going to show the how do you call the shop name, and then your the URL, and then the name of the page over there. And that is the very important. It's not going to show anything like maybe date and all those kind of stuff. Okay, it's just going to show the name of the post or the page, and then added to your website URL, and that is it. So make sure that you set it to post name all the time, and click on save changes. Okay, and then the last one we're going to talk about is the privacy settings over here. So with this one, anytime you create a privacy policy page, make sure that you come and set it over here and then you use it. Okay, and this one also gives you a policy guide, how you can be able to set up your privacy policy page. Okay, and that is it. Now I think we are done with the main settings, or the main overview of the dashboard. I'm going to go back to the home of the dashboard, and I think we are done here. So this one is from a plugin. We're not going to talk about it. Okay, if you want to collapse all the menu, you can click over here and it will collapse. If you want to bring it back, and then that is it. So basically this is the overview of the WordPress admin dashboard. Now in our next lesson, that is the day 2 of our next lesson, this one over here, which is we're talking about themes and plugins, page builder, header and then footer, and then design a simple business website. So that is our next lesson that we're going to talk about. So see you in the next lesson. Bye bye.